We have a special guest for you right now on the show to continue our discussion on the land grab issue happening right now in Gasso in Taraba State, Nigeria. We have with us Mr. Ange David, who is Africa Regional Program Officer for GRAIN, which has worked with 3 other organizations in putting together a report on this issue in Gasso. Welcome to SaharaTV, Mr. Ange.
Well, thank you.
Now, thank you. I have spoken to Marian Bassi of Friends of the Earth Nigeria, who has worked with your organization, GRAIN, in putting out this report on going to lose their livelihoods. How many people are we talking about?
Yes, it is a big problem. It is like 14,000 people who will lose their land and can't continue to have access to land to grow the food and to continue to live in this area. So it is very dramatic, and we must take attention, and maybe we must analyze how we can stop this project, because it is very dangerous for the community in Gasso.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard from any of the community members about other options that the government is providing to them in view that they are about to lose their livelihoods as farmers and goat herders? Have the community members told you anything about their next plans?
Yes, the community, we talk with the community, but there are no options. It is just you lose the land. The government not offer another possibility for these communities to continue to live. So we are very concerned about that situation, because there are no way to have another land. There are no way concerning resettlement. There are no way concerning compensation. There are no way for that. It is just to lose the land and full stop. We think that it is very dramatic, you know. Okay.
Now, the kinds of large machinery and intensive cultivation practices that comes with commercial agriculture involves the use of things like pesticides and fertilizers, which can have negative consequences for the environment. Now, Dominion Farms has had operations in a place called Yala in Kenya. Have you experienced issues there with environmental degradation because of the use of some of pesticides?
Yes, of course. It is a big concern also. You know, the using of chemicals is the way of work of the large scale agriculture. So we see in Yala, because we were in Kenya in last June, and we discussed with community. A lot of people were under the spray of the chemical, the pesticide, and many of the young women lost their child during the pregnancy. So we are very concerned also about that, because we don't see any kind of regulation concerning the using of chemicals, the using of pesticides. So we are very worried about that. And we are the big fire that it will be the same situation in Yala. So for our environment, it is a very big damage, because we lose our quality of water, and we lose also our quality of air. So it is a big danger for our community.
Okay. Are the local government authorities in Yala, Kenya, have they not conducted their own tests on the water and soil quality to determine whether Dominion Farms is actually having a negative impact?
You say when the community go to the authority to have some problem on the health, we have no possibility to get the authority to go and do some analysis concerning the health or concerning the environment. There are nobody to give answer to the preoccupation of the community. For the authority, it is just we sign a form of agreement with the company, and it is full stop. lot of problem of land grabbing in Africa. When we go to the community, we don't see any kind of agreement. Sometimes the agreement was so confidential, we don't get access. So how we can monitor about this kind of degradation? The community have no people to talk because it is like a silence. After they sign the agreement with the community, with the company, there are no way of some kind of monitoring about what is happening in the community. All the community are under pressure and are under degradation, but they can't speak with a government to have a resolution of that problem. It is a big concern for us also when we see that kind of things on the ground.
Mr. Ange, there were some recent news reports of a major irrigation project that the Nigerian government is conducting in collaboration with the state of Mali. In such ventures, it's to be expected that Nigerian taxpayers' monies, at least partly, will fund such a project. But you feel that Nigeria should redirect its attentions to smaller projects like the irrigation project in Gasso, which is currently in need of repair. Why is the non-functioning project in Gasso, which is smaller, important even?
Yes, concerning this program of irrigation, we get information that now Nigeria wants to develop a project of irrigation in Mali. But for us, it is a big contradiction because this system of irrigation in Taraba can help the people to continue to have a good access to water. But it is not the case. And in the same time, the government wants to go abroad to develop some irrigation for Mali. I think that it is very contradiction. So we are very concerned about the situation in Yala, and we want that this system of irrigation can be put in place and continue to help community, to help the people here in Taraba. So it is a big problem for us now.
Mr. Ange, I'm so sorry, but that's all the time we have left. I will continue to keep in touch with you for updates on this very important story in Gasso, Taraba. So please continue with your efforts. Viewers, you were just listening to Ange David, who is Africa Program Manager with GRAIN. Don't go anywhere yet because we are going to leave you with a short message from Erasto Odindo, who is a farmer in the Yala community in Kenya, where Dominion Farms also has operations. Stay tuned for that message.
Yeah, number one is Yala's farm was a beautiful place before Dominion came. And when Dominion settled in the area, cut down all the long trees that used to attract rainfall in the area. It interfered with the environment completely because Dominion was burning reeds and materials which we used to help us to make mud. And when somebody interfered with the environment, the people around that place be affected heavily. Number two, we realized that operations of Dominion, number one, it violated people's rights because we have a right to clean environment. That is not happening now. The air is heavily polluted. The chemicals Dominion is using is killing animals around. Nowadays we have strange diseases which are not there before. So operations with Dominion is not acceptable because we realize that the Dominion is hiding some information from the community because we didn't experience some deaths which could have been avoided. But since that information from the company, he's a businessman, he doesn't want to share the chemical he's using, we are now faced serious problems. And for sure, my lost neighbor who had a swollen liver. And when we contacted the medical officers, they could not even explain what happened. So we realized that operations of Dominion in our area have really affected the community health-wise and also economically. Because the right that we used to, our livelihood right is not there anymore. Took our land by force, so we have nowhere to grow our crops. We dammed the place, so there was a very huge dam. It's now settled in a place where we used to breed our animals, so we don't have animals anymore. So that is the part that we say that this person came to take everything that used to keep us moving. So I think that is what happened in that aspect, according to what you asked.
Now, Mr. Odindo,
Yeah.
before Dominion Farms actually took possession of the lands in Yala for their agricultural business, did they promise make any promises to the community members?
Yes, Dominion promised heaven. In fact, he told us that our life will improve to a better standard, of which now he's doing it the opposite way. There's something we call corporate responsibility. He promised to build roads. He promised to build schools. And that's never happened. Health centers, he promised to build laboratories with health centers. So he was just talking people so that maybe people would accept him. Within a very short time, everything changed. He hasn't done anything along those lines. Even his school is now putting a private school of its own. So this is a businessman that was trying to, in fact, he duped people. That's what they call it. Dupe the community by promising heaven and now we're in hell.